So what supplements do I take as a fit medical student, influencer, Instagram lifter man? So that's a question I get asked often. What supplements make you big, bro? Which supplements will get me shredded? Without further ado, friends, let's dive in. And disclaimer, these are supplements that work for me. They may not affect you the same, and I may be missing some supplements that may have a very substantially positive effect. So I've divided these into morning, productivity, pre-workout, and evening just for ease. So let's start with morning. I just shotgun these all right when I wake up, and then I just go on with my day. Should you take the supplement, it theoretically covers all your nutritional bases, brings up any deficiencies. Sounds like it's great, right? What is that supplement? It's a multivitamin. On paper, honestly, it's pretty great. It has every vitamin, every mineral you will ever need, but there's really no evidence to support that taking a multivitamin really does anything. Large-scale randomized trials showed that it doesn't really change anything. It does help boost some deficiencies, but also increases the risk of toxicity as well, looking at you gummy vitamins. So there is some evidence that it decreases the risk of certain cancers, but there's really nothing conclusive. Also, giving certain vitamins and minerals together can block the absorption of one, because you need to use like certain parts of the body to absorb one, which blocks the other. But I still take a multivitamin, usually just a half dose. I usually just eat enough fruits and vegetables as is, but I just think it's good to cover my nutritional bases, and it's cheap. Sorry you had to hear that. So next, let's talk EPA and DHA. So there's really three things I want as I get older: good cholesterol, low inflammation, and a good mood. In med school, I feel like health really came down to those three things. Heart health, literally it's the #1 killer. Managing inflammatory conditions, which is a big reason why your body hurts and you feel bad in the first place. And just not being sad. So need I really explain that one? So this is really why I take fish oil, or EPA and DHA, which are the components in fish oil that are good for you. So this improves your triglycerides, which are a marker in your blood that show if you're healthy or not. It lowers inflammation, improves your mood. So for me, this one's really a no-brainer. I take like 2 massive pills every day. So next is vitamin D3 and K2. So once I found this out, I could never look at vitamin D the same. First off, what does vitamin D do? For many, it destroys their seasonal depression. It's key for hormone production in the body, and it helps with transporting calcium in the body to be used properly. So when I found out about adding vitamin K2, my outlook changed. So vitamin D3 gets that calcium out of your urine and out of your gut, but it's left floating around in your bloodstream, and it could really deposit in your arteries and other places where you don't want calcium buildup. The vitamin K2 will make sure that it gets into your bones, and that is why I take vitamin D with K2 together. So the next thing that I take in the morning is ashwagandha. This is one of the top 3 things that gets me through stressful periods, no doubt. So you know that feeling when you think about something in the near future and your heart starts pounding a bit and you get a little full body reaction? I got that all the time at the end of the undergrad and at the beginning of med school. And the fix for me was really so simple. It's ashwagandha. So this stuff literally lowers your cortisol, the stress hormone in your body, by around 40%. Imagine just taking this nice little herb that they used many, many years ago in the morning, and then you're just half as stressed. So this will literally help with sleep, appetite control because you're not stressed. It'll help with your mood, and literally anything negatively affected by stress. So one thing to be cautious though is that too little stress often makes you feel really flat, and it's important to cycle off ashwagandha here and there and just not take it all the time. So this is the perfect segue into productivity. So being less stressed just helps with diving in and getting things done. I take these supplements for productivity when I'm just trying to get a little bit of more mental work done, and I use them more regularly in the past when like studying for exams or like difficult mind period or something. So first off, we have rhodiola rosea, something like that. So I'm definitely the farthest thing from an alternative medicine, herbal hippie kind of guy, but this herbal supplement really did change my life, and this is one of the few that I recommend to everyone. So during med school, we have 2 big exams, step 1 and step 2. So I'm talking like 10 hours a day of studying for like 5 weeks straight. So super high stress, and I started rhodiola rosea during those time periods, and boy did it help. The biggest thing I really noticed was just decreased mental fatigue. My brain just didn't get tired doing that work for like 10 hours a day. I could go for longer, my mood improved significantly, and this is likely because this has mild MAO-B inhibitor effects, which is a chemical in your brain that breaks down dopamine. So by inhibiting the breakdown of dopamine, you're gonna have a little bit more motivation. So I really just save this one for busy time periods, and it absolutely helps take my productivity to the next level with really no withdrawal or tolerance or any negative effects. Just good stuff. Next, my friends, we have ginkgo biloba. Continuing on the herbal supplement theme, this supplement really made me feel like I was just so wise and so clear-headed and remembered everything. So I'm surprised this one isn't really a big popular supplement because it's an antioxidant to the brain. It's been even studied in Alzheimer's patient, has been shown to reduce cognitive decline. And it has a cool name too, ginkgo biloba. I almost get like a weird head rush from this one. I think it's known to increase blood flow to the brain. So obviously if you need to do stuff with your brain, it makes sense to have some good blood flow in there. So if you're doing active mental work, you do need that blood. That extra blood flow really helps with memory, clear-headed thinking, and just overall processing accuracy. So I take it at times when I'm doing more focused work or studying, and it just gives me that extra boost in like processing speed. I feel like I'm a computer. So next we have alpha GPC. Gonna make you alpha. So what do your memory and attention have in common with forceful muscle contractions? They both use a chemical in your brain called acetylcholine. And so this is the chemical that is deficient in people with Alzheimer's and deficient in the peripheral nervous system in some people with like very debilitating muscle conditions like Lambert-Eaton myasthenic syndrome or myasthenia gravis. So if you want better memory, attention, and stronger muscle contractions, it makes sense to supplement with like acetylcholine and boost it in your brain. So that's why I sometimes take alpha GPC. This gives you like choline, which is the precursor to acetylcholine. If you get choline in your brain, it's eventually going to be turned into acetylcholine. So after you have more of that in your brain, you just think more clearly. It's honestly just like a fog is lifted from your brain. I do like taking this before like a very busy workday just to keep my attention high and kind of zone me in a little bit. And so there was actually a study done that showed that it increased peak bench press force. So maybe I'm getting some more gains too, but I haven't really studied that one. I just try to be productive, you know what I'm saying? So let's move on to pre-workout. So the biggest thing with this is really just proper hydration and sleep. Make sure you're drinking water, some salt and potassium for electrolytes, and maybe some carbs about an hour before your workout. But what about supplements? So what is the most well-researched supplement that's proven to build muscle? BCAAs, just kidding. Let's talk creatine. So I remember when I was in high school, I got some creatine from GNC, and my parents said it was steroids, and they threw it out. I'm not kidding. It's shown to increase power output, optimize energy, increase your performance, and it's slightly gonna increase the size of your muscles, and it's even shown some benefit with sleep deprivation and overall cognitive function. So if you wanna be small, weak, and stupid, don't take creatine. But if you wanna be the opposite of those things, take creatine. Your body uses a chemical called ATP to produce energy, and creatine just makes it easier to regenerate ATP. So I usually take around between 5 and 10 grams a day, and that's honestly when I remember, and I forget most of the time. So next, let's talk caffeine. I was going to talk about which pre-workout is the best, and the truth is, none of them are. They really are all just some fruity powder with a mix of ingredients that are, sometimes useful, hardly useful often, and most of the time just underdosed. But the only supplement and ingredient in pre-workout that does something is caffeine. Yes, the stuff in your coffee. So this is your brain. On your brain, there's a bunch of parking lots. When a bunch of cars called adenosine park in the parking lots on your brain, you're tired. So what caffeine does is blocks the parking lot. Adenosine can't park on your brain, can't make you tired. So you gotta stay up, driving around the parking lot and making gains and just being more energetic and more productive in the gym. Bedtime! Here are the supplements I take before I go to bed. And they're usually just focused on recovery, like relaxation and overall sleep. So let's dive in. So what if I told you that there was a spice that you're eating that is helping you live longer? So my Indian homies love this one, turmeric, or the active ingredient, curcumin. Like I said, a lot of things in your body that are going wrong have to do with inflammation. So lowering it with turmeric, especially before bed, just helps your body regenerate itself, heal, and lower that inflammation in your body that could be causing a lot of those like degenerative conditions. So it is pretty cheap. I just grab it, I take a pill with it every night, and it does me some good. Don't really notice anything like acutely, but studies say they do, so I'm just gonna pretend that they do. All right, next let's talk magnesium. So odds are you're probably deficient in this vitamin I'm gonna be talking about. It is one of the handful of supplements where I notice if I stop taking it for a while, and that is magnesium. Okay, Christian, so what does it do? So magnesium literally is responsible for relaxing your body. Your muscles will contract better, your sleep quality will improve, your mood will improve, and you're just gonna be a little bit more chill. The ones that your body absorbs best are magnesium glycinate, bisglycinate, or citrate, but you may need to buy some more toilet paper if you get that one. Don't say I didn't warn you. So I usually take between 200 and 400 milligrams a day. 400 is really how much you should be taking, in a day, but if you get some from your diet, you could kind of play around with that. Happy relaxing. So that is it for the supplement video. Thank you for watching. This is not a one and done video, and I'm always testing out new things. So definitely comment and let me know if there's anything else you want to see. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for some more gains and wisdom, and fill out the form in the description if you're interested in my one-on-one transformation coaching, and I'll catch you in the next video.